Okay, welcome to the 8-Bit Legacy podcast where Madison talks a lot and we listen. Hey Madison, how you doing?
Hey, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
How you guys been?
Oh,
Been a while?
I didn't watch the Resident Evil trailer.
Do you want to...
5-minute pause.
Hey guys, we're back. Took a couple minutes for Tristan to watch that trailer. What'd you think?
Resident Evil trailer? I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a big...
I feel like you can talk about it a lot more.
Oh.
I just thought it was cool.
Okay, first let me ask, have you seen anything online about it?
No, so I just watched it first time 2 minutes ago.
All right, where do you think the internet sits on this?
Okay, I haven't heard backlash, so I assume that they're okay with it. Are they not?
Resident Evil fans are being little babies because they don't have their Leon Kennedy in a movie.
They want it to be like an adaptation of an iconic character.
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
I kind of disagree. I kind of want it to be the opposite.
Flame me in the comments all you want, people. I bet
think-
you've never played one of them all the way through.
I bet you've never played with them all the way
Yes,
through.
I played 7 all the way through.
I feel like that doesn't count, though. That still makes you a normie.
Still one of them.
That definitely makes you a Resident
least it was a
Evil.
good
I'm too
one.
much of a bitch to play this game.
At least it wasn't like Resident Evil 6 all the way through that he played. And that was
Yeah.
Oh no, I played 5 all the way through. 5's the multiplayer one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I played
that one's okay.
one
That
too.
one's okay.
Um,
I do know some people that they've only played like 6, and that's a rough entry.
With 8, I watched Max play it, so
I still have yet to play 8 or 9.
I didn't play 8.
I haven't played 8 or 9.
There's a section in 8 that is probably the scariest thing I've ever seen.
The Beneviento house?
Yes.
You had like a giant baby chasing you the entire time.
It's
creepy.
and the mannequins.
Oh, and the mannequins. Yeah, those are
I
terrifying.
hate mannequin shit in games.
I should
dude.
play it because it's not that long.
No,
I can probably
Village
just,
is
run
not
through
long
it.
at all. It's
Yeah,
like
most of them are
hours.
not that long.
But
So
Zach
okay,
Kreger,
so people are not okay that it's set in the Resident Evil universe.
But an isolated story.
Yeah, I prefer that.
I prefer that too.
Like
I think that's a much better. And he literally talks about. He's like, I have too much reverence for these games to attempt to try and one for one a story.
because I feel like it is something like this too hard to attempt, especially with live action.
And they've done it so many times wrong. So like, let's make a bet.
I absolutely agree.
Let's make a bet on a guy who wants to do something in universe that it's. I read a post today that said this isn't supposed to make you feel like you're like watching the movies or the animated movies or you're playing with the main characters. It's supposed to make you feel like you're in Resident Evil as a normal person.
Yeah,
Kind of like,
cool.
Resident Evil 7 did.
Yeah,
Minus
so
the whole reattaching limbs and
that's
stuff.
that's the goal. And Zach Kreger made Barbarian and he made Weapons, and those are 2 10 out of 10 horror movies in my opinion, and I will stand on that.
So it is going to be more like a traditional horror.
Yeah, basically.
Focused? Okay.
It's a point A to point B horror film.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
That's what he said
I didn't
it
know
was.
if they were.
So
I'll definitely watch it in the theater.
Me too. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
be there.
I feel like
it's
that
getting
is
an
something
IMAX
that-
release.
Yeah, because you and me, we're not like theater
people.
goers.
Yeah,
And
not
we
at
know
all.
you are. You will go like watch a movie several times.
I
Like,
saw
for real.
Avatar 3 like 5 times.
Exactly, but this is a movie I would definitely go to theaters for.
Yeah, I feel like the experience would be a lot cooler in theaters.
Yeah, seeing that with a crowd is gonna
Actually,
be fun.
I think the last movie I actually saw in theaters was Terrifier. The last Terrifier.
Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw that in theaters.
That's kind of random.
I'm too
Yeah, it
much.
is
I'm
very
too much of a
random,
little
yeah.
baby for those, man.
So I feel like horror movies would hit different in a dark
Yeah.
theater.
Well, the reactions to Terrifier were probably crazy.
Dude, so nobody was in there. My uncle went, and he texted me. He was like, dude, not a single person's in there. And so I went and watched it with him.
I'm about to call the police.
And one family walked in, and within 10 minutes they got up and left.
What do you mean family? Like did they
It was
like
like
kids with them?
I don't know if
I don't
it was
think you can
kids.
bring kids into that. It's
Yeah, I don't
NC-17,
think it was kids, but it definitely was like 2 older people, man and woman, and then 2 like younger adults, like man and woman.
They didn't know what they were getting
it looked
into.
like
I don't know if
parents and
Terrifier is rated.
grandparents. And yeah, within 10 minutes, dude, they literally got up and walked
Grandpa's
out.
like, my chest.
Dude, I thought I love that movie. Honestly, I love those movies.
That's so random for you, dude.
Yeah, it is very random.
Yeah, they're unrated.
Because I still have yet to see, some like really impactful things. But
Yeah.
Terrifier 3. But I'm excited to see it.
I might
so.
even give it the IMAX treatment that you speak so
Oh,
highly
please
of.
do. Please do. Oh my god. I would kill for an IMAX near us. I actually don't know about this next topic very much, so I'm going to let you guys take care of it.
So overall, we don't really have much thoughts on the Resident Evil movie. We all thought the trailer
I just think it
looked
looks
good.
great, and I
thought
trust
it
the
looked
director
good.
and
I'll
writer.
definitely go
same.
see it.
Same.
I have no problem with it.
Madison's stamp of approval on that.
Wait, so
Next topic.
Denuvo, is that the is that like the what's it called? Like the anti-cheat?
Yeah.
Or is it the
it's
keep
like the
from
built-in anti-piracy.
You had
piracy.
it. Basically, okay, yeah. So Denuvo is essentially anti-piracy protection that's very intrusive. A lot of people have had like gripes about it because sometimes Resident Evil games actually are a big culprit of using it. I remember when Resident Evil 8 came out on PC, if you pirated it to like get rid of the Denuvo stuff, it ran significantly better than with Denuvo because Denuvo was constantly
it's just
like
running in the
tanking
background
it.
and
Yeah, it does a lot of like pretty intrusive things that people kind of have a little bit of a gripe with as far as like how much intrusion that games should have. But basically I feel like there's just kind of like a little bit of a war right now with like piracy, and because it kind of blends into the PlayStation DRM thing that we're going to talk about. I feel like companies are just getting very predatory. I think that because I feel like 10 years ago a lot of people had the mindset of, we want to support the developers. It's good to support the developers. That's why we'll purchase it. And so a lot of people were like, hey, I may pirate a game just to try it, and then I'll go and buy it if I like it. But I feel like we have less and less reasons as time goes on to support the developers. I mean, they're all kind of getting sucked up by the big three, like Microsoft or Sony's buying a lot of them out. They're both doing very like anti-consumerist practices, like with the PlayStation DRM thing, like every game shoveling Denuvo in it, price increases.
Every AAA game, right?
Yeah, this is mainly just AAA.
Like
this is mainly
other titles doing that.
Yeah, this is mainly just focused on the big name studios. But and I think we kind of see it with streaming as well. I think piracy for like shows and movies is kind of like having a surge again because people are just sick of like 20 different streaming services. They're all doubling their prices. They're all restricting it. Netflix doesn't let you share the passwords anymore. Just a ton of stuff like that people I think are kind of like starting to revolt against a little bit, which I think is ultimately like good. I think it'll kind of normalize the industry, the pushback is a good thing. Yep. Hopefully. But I don't know too much about that topic specifically, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like lived up when it comes to that type of thing.
I didn't used to be, but seeing all these layoffs and seeing all these changes to just corporate structure, like, we're going to talk about the Subnautica thing, but like...
Well, that's another thing too. Yeah, they keep laying off, like you told me earlier, they've laid off 1/3 of the
1/3 of the U.S. video game industry was laid off in 2025.
What does that do to?
I think 2025. Yeah. Like that's a time period.
Is that due to like AI or anti-consumer practices, or
probably just a multitude of things? Yeah.
I mean, and something's got to give, because eventually these employers are gonna realize they do have to have like employees to do the jobs they need, and I don't know.
Well, again, if the consumers start protesting it by not buying the product and pirating the product, then hopefully that'll result in better practices. Because like we can't ever assume that these billion-dollar companies are going to do what's morally right just because it's morally right. They kind of have to be either forced to, or there has to be some sort of benefit for them. So that's kind of where I lean with that type of stuff.
A gaming CEO just said, "We've been a little too romantic about the idea that we should have employees and give people long-term job security."
What CEO was that?
Let's see. Obviously, this part will be cut up a little bit.
This does look familiar to me because I think I saw the same thing.
I'm pretty sure I saw the same thing. I just didn't read it.
We can cut this up.
Yeah, it's fine. Do. And I mean, I want to say it was probably like a year or two ago that the Rockstar CEO said that
something to a similar
GTA
effect
should be like a monthly price or something like that,
like a subscription model.
Yeah.
Ustwo, USTWO. So ironically, I don't think this is like a AAA studio. I think this is an indie studio.
Do they own like A
CEO
subsidiary of-
Maria Sayans recently came under quite a bit of heat for an interview with a game developer at London Games Fest. People caught on to the following, what I just said earlier. Yeah. They don't... Oh, yeah. It comes down to pensions and insurance. They're like, paying our employees insurance is not sustainable. So that's the same thing that all those... We're getting into topics that have nothing to do with
That's okay.
But let me please rant about the Marvel layoffs. No, I'm not going to.
Wait, what is the Marvel layoffs? That's like the movie studios, or
basically Marvel Studios laid off their entire pre-production team, who does all the concept art and stuff, because
is it just generative now?
no, thank God that's not the
insane.
reason. They want to hire everyone back as needed.
Ah,
on
okay, so like
contracts.
contracted
so
labor.
they don't have to pay them insurance that they need to live. Capitalism. But
And that's kind of what I said about like the AI thing. I feel like the elites know like where this AI stuff's really going to go in 5 to 10 years, and it's again going to work towards eliminating the working class. I feel like I feel like they're kind of just prepping for that, going ahead and doing as much as they can to prep to kind of throw out the working class. This became like the Hassan podcast.
I was literally about to say, okay,
we've gotten
Hassan,
like really lived
where's
up
the dog?
here.
Subnautica 2. Do you guys know about all this?
Okay, I have
controversy?
no idea anything about the Subnautica 2 thing
I'd
other
love to
than
talk about this.
Okay, let me think. Did we not mention this on a previous episode? I felt like we did.
we've only had one previous episode.
Oh, that's
since
right.
Subnautica 2.
And this has been there's been major developments in it recently.
Okay, so-
it has a release date for early access this month, I believe.
I know there was something where like somebody got promised money if it released by a
Yes,
certain day.
they
and
had
there
they
was a
had
lawsuit about
very
that.
large bonuses for the developers.
And then they released
And then the
them or
CEO
fired
of
them or something.
Krafton, you know how he got caught? Was he asked ChatGPT how to get out of paying them their bonuses. And that was in the lawsuit.
By, I guess, intentionally delaying.
Yeah,
the
no, he
game.
didn't want to pay them. He's like, how can I get out of having to pay these people
came
even
back
if
to
the
AI.
game comes out? He asked ChatGPT, and apparently his own lawyer was like, please do not do this. Like, don't do this. And he was like, nah, I ain't paying these bitches millions of dollars because they finished the game. ChatGPT, how do I not pay these guys the money they deserve?
Should have used
And
Claude.
He just fired them. He was like,
But it all worked out though, right?
yeah, it
Like,
all worked
it's all
out.
been
I'm pretty sure
situated.
that CEO, I don't know if he was ousted, but I think he's on leave.
Because I know we have friends that are huge fans of Subnautica, but I've never played Subnautica.
The second
so.
one's co-op, so I get to play it
which
with
is
friends.
which is big, dude. Like I the whole thing that kept me from playing the first one is the fact that I couldn't do it with my buddies.
Yeah, like
Or even my wife.
that game. The co-op mod for that game is a little janky for the first one. I'm so glad they're making it co-op.
Yeah, so I
for
was
the
about to say,
second
I thought Subnautica had some sort
There's
of
a
co-op,
mod,
but
but it's-
okay, it's not official. Yeah.
But no, basically, again, let's go back to the Hassan Sideshow podcast, guys. People just don't want to spend money on things that I don't know.
Corporate greed.
Corporate greed,
Corporate
which is
greed.
why I'm so pro piracy now. I'm not. I'm gonna get James to build me a jellyfin server.
Is that
somehow.
against TOS?
Probably.
Piracy?
Probably. Who cares?
Just say allegedly. If you just put allegedly.
Allegedly
at the end
in
of everything.
Minecraft. I love piracy. Guys.
Yeah, in GTA.
He plays the pirate mod.
Sea of Thieves.
You know, what's that clip where it sounds like, would you steal a car? Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Or would you pirate a car?
One thing we don't even have on here is the Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. The remake.
Okay, yeah. Why does that exist, bro?
Why, dude?
I haven't seen anything about it other than it
looks so
exists.
good. They kept the con.
Okay.
I feel like we don't need
To
a
be-
Black Flag
So
remake.
I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan, but to be fair, I think fans normally consider Black Flag to be the
It's the
best.
best one.
Yeah, I agree. That's what Nolan said. He was like, well, Black Flag's like the best one. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. It was my favorite Assassin's
Good.
Creed.
But have you seen it?
I feel like it doesn't need a $60 remake.
Have you seen it? I'm not. Look, I'm not.
Like, we just spent
I'm
20
not, we
minutes
just spent
going
20
on
minutes
about,
going
like-
on about corporate greed, and here's
Yeah.
my
Mass
little.
is like,
I
give it to me,
will,
give
I
it to
will
me.
spend the money on it. That's how they get me. Is they remake a game I grew up loving in current gen graphics and stuff. But the thing is, everyone was so worried that they were going to switch the combat to the current Assassin's Creed combat and the RPG aspects of it. They were like, nah, fam.
Oh, thank God. They're
like,
charging us $60 to do nothing. Yes.
What? No, that new Assassin's Creed combat is so bad. They need it. It's a revamped combat
Okay,
system.
I wouldn't be bothered if it was like $20 or if it was like a
20?
collection. Yeah, dude, it needs to be $20. Dude, this is a game that is like
Well,
over a
they're
decade
adding
old.
content to it. Like there's new missions, new characters, new.
Whoop-de-doo. Like,
You got to trail behind a person. Like,
yeah, they
for
added
hours.
5 trail,
They
got rid
trail
of the
missions.
trailing
They did not
missions.
get rid of trail missions in Black
No,
Flag.
they did.
There's no shot they did.
They changed. They adjusted them so you could just kill the target now.
Look,
or
okay,
you-
maybe I'm speaking out of line because I haven't actually seen it.
No,
but-
they basically were like everything that people had problems with. They're like, okay, we'll fix that for the remake.
Yeah, they should have fixed that for $30 in my opinion.
I think 40s are more
Slap some
reasonable.
4K textures on it. Yeah, 40 max. 40 at
40.
the maximum.
I'll spend
but
40.
I saw
think
that it was
60.
60.
I think
60 is crazy.
is a bit much.
Paying $60 for Black Flag in the big 2026
But like
is insane.
at the same time, like people are spending $70 on shit Pokemon games.
$80 for Mario Kart, yeah.
Like
Okay, well let's move this conversation to something a little bit closer to home. Did you hear about the rumors of the Ocarina of Time remake?
No, I have not.
yeah, there
Yeah,
are.
for
I saw a
Switch 2.
YouTube video and I recommended about it, and I just thought it was somebody yapping about it. I
So
think it was
okay,
Harlow.
would you purchase that for $60 or for $70 Nintendo pricing?
It will be. 80.
That's the thing, dude. I
$80?
feel like gaming fanboys are so easy to like milk because like Nintendo could just like I could sit here and say all this about
It's me
Black
and Todd
Flag and all
Howard.
that, but
Me
as
and
soon as they do that
Bethesda.
with anything Nintendo, no, I'm okay. Hold on. What is the whole Ocarina of Time remake thing? Is it entirely like built from the
Yeah, like a true remake. I don't know as far. I mean, obviously,
like
I don't
Resident
think
Evil 4 level remake? I'm assuming.
I don't know because even Resident Evil 4 changed some things, like very slightly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it going to be like just completely?
Nobody
like,
knows. I don't think anybody knows. Maybe there's rumors or what's it called? When you have
Unsubstantiated.
sure. That maybe there's rumors out there that it might be different.
Dog,
All we
Nintendo's
know
not
is-
charging $60 for an Ocarina of Time remake. That's going to be like $90.
Yeah. All we know
They're
is
gonna
that
milk
the possibility is heavily there. And apparently the rumor is in June of this year we'll see something on a Nintendo Direct. But I think if it's true, they're looking for a holiday 2026 release.
so soon.
Yeah.
Reddit
this year.
is not happy
Wow.
about this.
About what, Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
We don't want an Ocarina of Time remake. Pretty much everyone can agree. Ugh.
Okay, I know. I have the very unpopular opinion of not being a fan of Tears of the Kingdom at all. I think Tears of the Kingdom was a pretty garbage Zelda entry, especially coming from a Zelda, fanboy.
I liked it.
Probably the biggest Zelda fan here. I do not think Tears of the Kingdom was a good entry, so I would be kind of.
If they cut the building shit, it would be way better.
I'd be a little. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it doesn't need a remaster, in my opinion. Like, you know how they did like Skyward Sword HD. We don't need an Ocarina of Time HD, in my opinion.
I'm gonna be real with you. I couldn't touch Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but I'm fine with it though.
We had a mutual
So-
friend who also couldn't touch it.
Yeah,
It's
they
so
can't play
fucking
older
dated,
games
man.
because we're
Sorry.
young. So like this game is like before all of our times. But I still grew up playing, retro games in general. So I'm fine playing NES games all the time. I mean, I probably play more retro games than real games,
I'm gonna
but
get flamed.
I
Real
mean, I
games.
would be okay. Yeah, modern games.
Modern games.
I would be. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about, I guess, about an Ocarina of Time remake / remaster, but I just don't really think we need it. Like, I don't know who's asking for that.
Guys, look, in 10 years, you better be ready. That Breath of the Wild remaster's coming.
No, please.
That
And
was-
again, if it was just like an HD thing, then I don't know. I just feel like Ocarina of Time doesn't really need to be touched. Like Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, those could use HD remakes, and they did. And it's good.
Wind Waker
but-
benefited a lot.
yeah, I like Wind Waker HD. A lot of people don't like Wind Waker HD,
Why?
but it's at least because I think that
I wanted to go around in my
they had
ship
a-
grinding
they-
for 50 hours.
They say that the I didn't even think about the gameplay difference. Yeah, dude, I actually hate playing the original.
let
but
me say something right now.
it's
that
the
Tristan's
graphics. Hold
gonna
on, real
cut.
quick. It's the art style.
Okay.
That's why people
I like
aren't a
it.
fan of it. Because the HD adds a lot more like bloom and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'll say what I'm going to say right now. If you think that the Wind Waker remake suffers because they cut out all that stuff, you're retarded. So
no. I think most people say that like the gameplay changes, like with the Triforce shards at
Yeah.
the end, is like
That
beneficial.
saves the game
I think
for
most
me.
people just aren't a big fan of the art style changes. I think they think that the GameCube art style looks better. I can
it's much
get it.
darker on the GameCube to me.
Oh no, it's a lot more bloomy and shit like that on the Wii U version, on the HD
Yeah, like
one.
the lighting and stuff.
The GameCube ones are just a lot more like I feel like kind of like the true cell.
I don't know, because
So-
I feel like it's such a nitpick, dude.
Sorry, go ahead.
They both look the same to me.
I was gonna say,
not
so-
the same, but they're both fine.
It's so ironic though, because when Wind Waker first came out, everybody hated that art
The
style.
art style, yeah. And now everybody's like, man, I missed the Wind
Wind
Waker
Waker's
art
my
style.
favorite. I'll say that now. It's my favorite Zelda game.
I think Twilight Princess is probably my favorite.
It's-
Ain't that your favorite?
No, I forgot. I know.
I think you
there's
said Minish Cap one time.
Minish Cap was definitely up there.
Minish Cap is top 3.
We have a list somewhere on this channel.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say anything because I know it's going to be like
just
rearranged in my mind.
No, just do it. Just do it.
Definitely Minish Cap.
Because it changes for me. Like, my answer changes.
Minish Cap. Really?
Twilight Princess is like the most consistent answer for
Everyone's
me.
going to hate my list.
All right, say top 3.
In order? Number
Hey.
1's Wind Waker. Number 2's Twilight Princess. Number 3's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most average list possible, yeah. Nobody's going to hate that.
Like, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. I
He
just
wanted to be a
assumed.
contrarian.
Yeah, I'm a contrarian.
Yeah,
guys.
it's like the
my
most
favorite's actually Four Swords
non-contrarian.
Adventures.
What's the one where he changes outfits? The 3DS one. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's 3 of them. Triforce Heroes. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
it.
Triforce Heroes, yeah.
No, my favorite's actually Age of Calamity. The
Hey, that
you
wasn't that bad. It was fun if you like those types of games.
I feel like Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Minish Cap is probably my top 3.
Minish Cap, Twilight Princess.
Come on, Wind Waker.
I don't know. No, I actually don't
so
think
good.
And I go in between Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time. I feel
don't
like you're a
know.
big Link to the Past fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
See, I'm not the biggest on Link to the Past. I love Link to the Past, but it's not like in that like top tier for me.
I'm gonna leave the third space vacant, but man, do I freaking love Spirit Tracks just for the
Oh
music,
my
just for the
God.
music, dude.
Yeah,
Just-
see, that's what I thought you would say whenever you said everybody's gonna hate
Spirit
me.
Tracks, Phantom Hourglass, and Triforce Heroes.
I think Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks are held back so much by the technology.
Yeah,
they're
dude.
Oh
releasing.
yeah,
It's-
100%.
Let's get a remake of that,
let's
dude.
get a
Can we
remake
please
of that.
get
I'm
like
on
an
board with
HD
that.
remake of those two Wind
What-
Waker sequels? Like,
That would be actually really freaking cool.
Yeah,
I
like
want that.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ocarina of Time is just too like perfect.
But
for me.
Ocarina of Time's
like,
gonna sell.
Yeah, 100%.
He's right.
Yeah, but that's
So-
that's what I hate because like I feel like Tears of the Kingdom like they phoned it in because they knew that it would sell, and I'm just not a big fan of
I really
that.
want to try that game again. Like, I want to put more hours into it than I put like 30 hours into it because we've talked about this. I'll go over it briefly. I got it brand new with the Switch OLED that came out with it, and it couldn't run for shit. I'm talking like trees popping in right in front of me, bushes, and enemies.
I
popping
feel like
in
you've
right
said
in
this
front of me.
before too on the
I
podcast.
have said this. That's why I wanted to go over it quick. But I just
It ain't even a performance thing for me. I do not like that it just entirely rehashed Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I feel like it added next to nothing to it. I feel like the problems with Breath of the Wild, it did not fix, and it introduced a whole slew of new problems. And the one thing I will say is like kind of a subjective complaint, because I get that some people like this a lot, is the like building thing. The what
I
do you
didn't
call
like
it?
it at
What do you
all.
call it in the game?
I know what
I
you're talking
forgot.
Like
about.
where you build like the things. I did not like it.
That just doesn't work in a Zelda game to me. That's not what Zelda is. To me.
Yeah, it just I kind of agree because I like playing sandbox games that have that where you kind of like build your own solution to problems.
Yeah.
But that game specifically, yeah, it just didn't really feel right. It either felt like I was largely exploiting
Yeah.
and kind of just like
Yeah.
making it
building
too
the literal
easy.
flying airplanes. To
Yeah,
get it. Like, I guess that's cool.
Or it
but
was the
just-
opposite, where it was like, since it's so like figure out the solution yourself, you don't really have like any. There's nothing pointing you to whether what you're doing is right or wrong.
Yeah.
Like whether this is the right solution or not. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just was not a big fan of Tears of the Kingdom. My biggest gripe is that you can just launch up from the sky towers and just fly anywhere. Like it just made it so boring to me because I mean that's just the easiest method of transportation in the
But
game.
Tristan, why don't you play it like a real Zelda game where you walk?
But see, like
Then that defeats the purpose of why they put it in the game.
I feel like it's like, oh, the game's good if you just pretend that you've never played Breath of the Wild, ignore the like issues with like nobody in the game knowing you for some reason, even though it's a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild.
And
You
the
just
lack of the
don't
technology.
use any of the don't use any of the abilities. Don't use any of the things that launch you up and fly. Like you
music's
basically
good.
just said if you play it Nuzlocke, then it's good.
Tears of the Kingdom
Which is
Nuzlocke.
kind of the same argument for Pokemon. Yeah.
Is that why people play Pokemon those looks? Are they
No,
trying to
I think they
limit-
just like it. But I'm saying
okay.
like the newer Pokemon games, because you're not a big Pokemon. Yeah, the newer Pokemon games are extremely easy. That's like one of the multiple gripes of it is that it's like very handholdy, which is something that's on this list to talk about. We can get into next, but I imagine like if you did put a bunch of like hard rules on it, it would actually make it more fun. But
Before we come off this topic, I do want to say, I think the appeal of an Ocarina of Time remake is that it kind of captures how we saw it when we were younger, like kids playing the game. Because if you play it right now, just original N64 Ocarina of Time, you look at the polygons and stuff, like you didn't really see that as a kid when you're playing it. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, 100%.
I feel like that's how a lot of people felt about that Oblivion
Remake, yeah,
remaster
exactly.
was that
Or remake,
I feel like
whatever
it's
it was.
an even much bigger jump though, because I mean, like we said, we have friends that didn't grow up playing it, because we all grew up PS2 era. We're 2000s kids,
GameCube.
2000s adults. But I mean, yeah. Imagine how people younger than us may view Ocarina of Time. That may be like unplayable to them. I mean, we may think that's ridiculous, or an exaggeration, but I mean, yeah, if it introduces a lot of people to Ocarina of Time, then maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, I can see it.
I would just hope that they would do like a Resident Evil 4 style approach, because I really like 4, the remake of 4, because I feel like it's almost a different game from Resident Evil 4, to where like I don't really have gripes about it. Like it doesn't replace 4. It doesn't feel like it's trying to replace 4. Same thing, honestly, with most of the Resident Evil remakes.
I do wonder how people get into it, whether it's younger kids, teenagers, whatever, who started with Breath of the Wild as an entry into Tears of the Kingdom, having never played another Zelda game, and then going into an Ocarina of Time
I imagine
remake,
it's difficult.
remake.
Well, I mean, that's how James was. He had played Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and then we said, hey, play Ocarina of Time, and he said, I hate the camera, and quit playing it after 30 minutes.
That would be a cool test to see if this game were to happen. Have him play the Ocarina of Time remake and then see how he feels afterwards.
Yeah, I've tried to get him to play the 3DS version, but because it kind of has some fixes, but
I mean, not really.
Which is kind of funny, dude, because I remember when the Ocarina of Time remake came out on the 3DS, or the remaster, I was like really hyped for it. I got it like the first day, and I don't really know why, but
it was just because it was Ocarina of Time.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's like with anything, as long if they do it right and do it justice, then it could be good. I just hope that they're not pulling a Nintendo and phoning it in for nostalgia baiting, because I feel like Nintendo kind of has a modern habit of nostalgia baiting.
I feel like all of it's nostalgia bait, to be honest. It is the 40th anniversary.
But they're getting away with it is kind of the thing, like they can release like trash and then still get away with it and it sell insanely well.
Are you talking about the newer Pokemon games?
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly, most things Nintendo, I just feel like
Metroid.
You like that segue? Let's talk about
yeah, well, I wouldn't say Metroid's necessarily doing that, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just it's kind of an overall Switch 1, Switch 2 era gripe with me with Nintendo is that they kind of just phone it in, I feel like.
So what's next? PlayStation? DRM? Since they finally released a statement on it?
What didn't they say that it was like an accident or something?
It was super blown up. Apparently, so apparently there's this there's an exploit people have been using for refunds, and then keep going offline and keeping the games that they refunded before the refund processes.
Okay.
So PlayStation has instituted one time. It's a 15-day check on any digital purchases to make sure you're still connected, and then after that, the license becomes permanent.
Okay,
did they explicitly say that though? No, like prior to...
No, apparently the update just rolled out and they didn't think to fucking...
I think people misinterpreted it, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
That's how PlayStation had to literally...
Because what I heard is that if you, the game would, basically, I guess, remove your digital license after 15 days of any, digital game that you own, of being offline. Recurringly. But I guess it's just one time.
No, it's a one-time thing they came out.
Yeah, which is still, I guess, kind of a little shitty, but I mean...
Yeah, but it's a lot better than them making you keep it connected to the internet 24/7.
That's just, that's ridiculous.
I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat. I think it can go either way. I think maybe they saw the
think they just
backlash and they just
Yeah, they
damage
just
control.
guys, that's not what we meant. I mean, yeah, that's a good possibility.
Well,
Because I mean,
to be
especially
fair,
too,
I hope that's what happened.
especially too if they rolled it out in an update and didn't expect people to notice it, and then people did notice
Then everybody caught it.
Yeah, now they're after playing damage
That's
control.
where I stand on it.
Maybe it's that
from my outside perspective.
Yeah.
So quicker topic because it turned out to be just a
GameStop acquiring eBay.
Yeah, GameStop is preparing to submit a bid for eBay, and I feel like this is going to be really bad for the consumer. Because I feel like they just want eBay for all the card listings and stuff, right? Like that's
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not smart enough to know like all the business details behind that. Because I mean, like companies acquire companies and don't change them.
Yeah.
Like some people would hear that and they're like, "Oh, eBay's now going to morph and be a part of GameStop." But it could be something because I mean, like PayPal owned eBay originally,
Yeah.
And there was not really much cross pollination between those two. So maybe it's that. But yeah, I would kind of just on face value assume that it's another ploy at kind of trying to capture the
card TCG market,
or the used marketplace, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I feel like GameStop used to be kind of like the head of the used marketplace for gaming, and now it's, I'd say, probably
now
eBay.
it's a pop figure store.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
it's kind of funny to me that you had that I guess that perspective because I thought you were like a level 100 GameStop blazer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ship this to, is just ask like what we thought of GameStop, since I feel like we're not informed enough to know about.
I'm wearing Madison's GameStop shirt.
Are you talking about... I'm trying to find a way to balance this out. I feel like there's a difference between GameStop, the corporation, and GameStop, the store itself. Because I love our GameStop. I've never had any issues there.
That's because you like the people that run it.
I like the people. Yeah. I worked there for 2 years. I got to know everybody there. You know someone who works there.
Mm-hmm.
The manager has been there since I can remember walking in there.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
And I've never had any issues. He knows my name. Well, I mean, I guess because I worked there. But every time I go in, he's like, "Hey, Madison, what's up?" And we talk for like 30 minutes, and that's a good experience to have in a brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
The company can go fuck itself. Because it's a multi-million-dollar corporation. I don't like those. So
quick, what's their slogan?
Power to the players.
Nice.
You're wearing a GameStop shirt.
It's your GameStop shirt.
Yeah, but I got it when I was an employee. I don't want that shit anymore.
He passed it off to me.
Yeah, I'm not I haven't really been
I have so many fond memories of going to GameStop as a kid and going in there and getting games. Like,
honestly, man, I feel like we just need to go ahead and get rid of all GameStops and replace them with mom and pop shops.
I would be okay with that. There's I recently was in Macon for a couple of weeks with one of our friends, and there's so many options for like just local game stores and local like comic book stores that have PS2 stuff. We drove up to one in McDonough, Georgia, and it was awesome. They had PS1s, they had PS2. They repair them. If you have one that's broken, they'll go in, open it up, solder everything, fix it. And it wasn't like terribly expensive either. It was, you walked in and got it for cheaper than you'd get on eBay sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, holy crap.
And there's some pretty nice stores like in our general area and the small towns around us that have stores.
Which is kind of grown recently. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that it's like constantly
especially
growing.
Not necessarily related to video games, but having a card shop here has been great. I feel like
that's what I was about to say. I feel like we need to combine those two things. Like both forces need to come together.
Yeah, they do sell consoles and
ours does, but I'm saying like traditional, like
traditional
a card
ones
shop.
too.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Like if local mom and pop owners of card shops and local mom and pop owners of retro video game stores were able to come together and kind of combine those resources to have, one encompassing store. I think ultimately that would make the experience better for the people, because I mean I feel like if you're into trading cards, you're most likely into gaming and possibly retro gaming and vice versa. So I feel like it's an audience that mix and matches. You'd be able to meet so many more new people. But yeah, it makes me happy to see mom and pops kind of like popping up more. I know a lot of people are saying that like that's dying, and maybe statistically overall that may be true, but I don't know, man. I feel like people are kind of growing more and more attached to the used marketplace, I mean, like retro games that you can't buy, new anymore. TCG is, scalped to hell and back. So you pretty much have to, buy on the used marketplace for that in a lot of regard. And just the community aspect of it,
I was about to say, the personal aspect is such a huge thing that some people don't even notice that's why they like it.
Like if you took the manager and employees of our GameStop and put them in a store that they own themselves, I would be so eager to support them a lot more.
And I think there's just something to be said today, especially after COVID. I remember people were itching to just get out and talk to somebody once they could, because all that social stuff was taken away basically. And so now I feel like people, especially younger people who were going through school during that, missed out on so much social growth. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's another thing. They probably don't even realize why they would prefer going to a mom and pop store over a corporate store.
Yeah.
They might be like, oh, this is nice. Someone's actually talking to me. And I feel like there's a lot to say about that from a social standpoint, where you go in and it doesn't feel corporate. Because GameStop feels corporate. Our GameStop feels corporate.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know why GameStop doesn't try to push more towards community. Imagine if they gave every location X amount of budget to host certain events.
They tried that apparently for TCG. They had tables set up and everything, but I guess everyone was a little too weirded out to just sit in a GameStop and play card games.
Is it the one here in town that has a table? There's a single table.
Yeah, but that's for clearance stuff at ours.
Wait, explain. What do you mean by clearance stuff?
They put all the clearance stuff that they can't get rid of on the table and put a sign and say, 50% off.
That's what the table's for?
I don't know that that's what it's for, but every time I go in there, that's what it's for.
I've never been inside a GameStop that has TCG
The one in Tifton and
tables.
Valdosta has them.
I swear.
Really?
Well, okay.
No, I went to the one in Valdosta a month ago. It does not have that.
They got rid of it?
Maybe are there multiple? I was
there when we went.
I swear, I was in Valdosta a couple months ago, and I saw a single table with 4 chairs, and that was it.
Yeah,
that's all they had.
That was it.
See, and that's awkward. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The group playing
Even
in the middle of
attempt
GameStop.
at being personable is corporate.
Yeah. I did say, man, I did get swindled into buying the Pro membership a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I always joke on people for, falling for the Pro membership scam.
What made you do that?
I was buying 2 Pokemon ETBs, and they said that the discount you get on that from buying the ETBs
those points out
with Pro pays for Pro yearly. So it would have been the same price. I basically paid the same. It was like paying $180 or I pay $160 and then $20 membership or whatever it was. So, but they do get you on the renewal. They managed to set it up to where whatever card I paid with was set on the website to renew it. So I had to go and cancel that. But I can't imagine how many people forget to renew that.
It happens all the time. You're like, I'll do it later.
Yeah, well, they don't even really tell you that you're signing up for something that gets renewed.
That's why you should sign up for Rocket Money. Sorry, go ahead.
When we get sponsors.
No, just kidding.
But I saw something. I don't know how accurate this is about GameStop kind of pre-scalping new ETBs for trading cards. Apparently there's $60 MSRP ETBs that are listed for $150 on GameStop.com. It's brand new.
Maybe.
That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, right?
No,
that's insane. I think the scalping shit in general is just
every time some Magic set comes out and people are there right as it comes out, just gone. Bots. Yeah. Somehow they can't prevent the bots.
I mean, in person, I'd argue that it's
the lines
even
out
worse.
the GameStop too. And the people who camp those machines in Target when they refill them and buy the whole stock, that does piss me off.
It also is too, because it's I remember growing up as a kid. I was having to explain this to my mom a few months ago in the store, because she kept seeing the Pokemon aisle and she's like, why is it always empty? And I'm explaining to her why, and I just think back to being when I was a kid. I would always go to the aisle in Walmart with all the Pokemon cards. It would always be a ton of stuff there. And I'd want to for my mom to buy it or me to have enough money to buy something. Now it's you can't even, nope. I feel like you have to be either camping outside a GameStop or.
No, when I was going to try to start getting back into Pokemon cards, the thing that kept me from getting into it was I waited. I got like there like 30 minutes early to GameStop on the day a Pokemon drop happened, and as I was walking by, some kid, like some 16-year-old, just bolted past me and got to the door, went in, bought everything there,
Dang,
and left. Like in front of me.
And they claim they have like buy limits, but like I feel like those are easy to get around. And I feel like most sellers probably don't really care.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
if you
the
work
last time I was
if you work
in
at a
there,
GameStop, it's like how serious are you taking?
the last time I
know?
was in there, they did enforce it with someone, and they got upset. So I literally saw the customer being like, "Well, this place lets
You know, if you pay for Pro, it doubles it. So if you
Yeah.
pay for GameStop Pro, it doubles the limit of stuff you can buy. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. Like, these are cards for
from
kids,
their
bro.
standpoint, it's kind of clever
These
though,
are
given
these
the
are
situation.
cards for kids. Like, and I'm not opposed to like reselling, you know, in the marketplace for that, or like this card shouldn't be $300. You know, I'm not like that, but like, I don't know, man. I do feel like it's a little lame being the guy that like camps outside of a, you know. Like
especially when you're like 50
borderline
and balding.
kids, yeah.
Or 40
Like
and balding.
imagine being balding and camping outside of a borderline
When
kids
some
toy
kid
store
just wants to play.
to get some trading cards, you know, and there's like 12-year-old Timmy sitting
You
there.
guys
like,
suck, and I hope you know that. I hope he keeps that in.
I mean, yeah, honestly, dude, like, yeah, if you're that level of scalping, you kind of suck. Like, I have nothing against obviously reselling, but like, straight up like camping
that's just
outside,
capitalism.
It just seems a little lame.
Doing it, basically kind of doing it without the passion, like the people who...
Yeah, they just want to resell
they,
the shit.
they have no
Like,
idea about Pokemon.
Yeah, I
They
feel
just
like the
go
biggest
try to
people.
get the
The biggest people aren't even
expensive
fans
stuff.
of it, you know. And in a weird way, it's like I kind of respect you more if you're a fan of it.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
That's kind of like how Logan Paul bought like the first One Piece manga ever, and he called him Luffy D Monkey in the post.
Dude, he's another example. Yeah, people like that have like popularized it too to like drive up all this like price and
I'm
hype
gonna sell my $13 million
by a bunch of
gold
like
chain
crypto
Charizard.
kids that like know nothing about it, you know, and just see it as money. And yeah, it sucks. And again, I feel like Nintendo is okay with this ultimately. Like they know that this is
This is just making them
creating the
money.
demand. Yeah. They're kind of like playing along into it, you know, because I do feel like Nintendo has the ability to manufacture more than enough to oversaturate the market to where these scalpers get screwed over, but
easily.
they're not going to do that. I mean, because
It all comes back to the money, right?
yeah, I mean, this creates demand for it. You know, if people can't get it, then the second you do see it in store, you're like, oh my God, I need to buy this.
It
Even
sells.
if you didn't. Yeah. I mean, it's smart, but kind of lame.
Man, we're just railing against capitalistic society today because our next topic, guys, is about Epic Games cutting 1,000 jobs while making record profits. And I'm sure somewhere in there the CEO got a big-ass bonus, too.
Tell us about it.
I actually don't know much about this.
I don't know much about it either, honestly.
Well,
I thought that's
how
why
about
you put it in.
I was just kind of throwing
How
stuff
about
on.
we pause?
That's so funny.
You want to check the camera while I pause?
Yeah, I'm
Make sure
about
it's
to
still
check it.
on.
Oh,
I'm going to make sure this isn't AI based.
you talking about
Oh,
the
wow.
job layoffs? What?
They laid off like veteran employees who'd been there for...
He said it's time to go, Gramps.
No, like, is it a certain sector of the employees, or is it just kind of everybody from every branch?
From every... You had internal, you had marketing, you had... This layoff, together with over $500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, and closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. Go fuck yourself. Like, for real. Sorry. I'm just...
And again, it said that they had like record profits. They're not failing. Like
It is... And again, I said this
I
earlier.
get if you work at Square Enix and get laid off, it's like, okay, like you should have known, you know.
All
like,
this is going to do is lead to more crunch time with people who are already working 60, 70-hour work weeks, overtime with no pay, because they have to keep their jobs. They can't just not come in if their boss tells them not to come in. They have to work. They have to live.
I was looking at employment statistics at like the popular video game companies in Japan, and like the average like weekly overtime amount was like 20 or 25 hours like per employee of like overtime.
Oh, we were in Discord when you were looking at that.
I thought that was interesting.
This stuff really upsets me, so I'm going to let you guys...
It didn't really upset me that much.
I just imagine them in a boardroom, and they're like, have you guys heard of profit maxing?
Yeah, it's just...
I feel like the story of Final Fantasy VII is about to be like real life.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're about
For
to have
real.
like Avalanche going after the data centers.
No.
Scaling the data centers and blowing them up.
Hypothetically.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, allegedly in GTA.
Uh,
This is something that I feel like you can probably relate to some. because I didn't actually know about this. Because Nintendo quit doing directs for a lot of stuff. I feel like they just kind of
When was the last
they just
Nintendo
kind of shadow
Direct?
drop stuff. Like
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I think the shadow dropping is kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because honestly, like a direct was just full of like, especially Switch era directs were just full of like third party
Yeah.
shovelware and junk. But new Yoshi game comes out I think end of this month, and it looks like every other Yoshi game. Just
I actually have not heard of this one. Does it look similar like Woolly World?
it has a different art style, but like difficulty wise and like yeah, it does. And that's kind of was gonna be my thing because whenever I see any new Yoshi game, Kirby game, Pokemon game, there's probably some other Nintendo franchises that are like this. It kind of makes me ask the question, like, are we ever going to get like a non-kid appealing game? And when I say kid appealing, because I mean like Nintendo's always been kid appealing, but like I feel like for some reason they've just made everything like non-difficult to anybody above the age of 6, and it kind of just ruins the games for me.
Do you know what IP has not done that? Guess which one. Guess which one I'm gonna say.
I'd say Metroid, Zelda, and Mario haven't done that.
There's one I'm thinking of specifically.
This Nintendo?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey
Donkey Kong
Kong.
definitely hasn't yet.
They've
I agree
consistently
with
kept that.
And see, yeah, I'm so happy that
Bonanza.
that Donkey Kong hasn't done that because I love the OG Donkey Kong Country series. I love the new ones, the Retro Studios ones.
Did you play Bonanza?
I haven't played Bonanza yet. Actually, I still have yet to play Bonanza.
I am just impressed that Tropical Freeze. There was 2 of them, right?
Returns and Tropical Freeze.
I am just. Oh yeah, duh. I'm just impressed that they were able to keep that same level of, difficulty of challenge.
Yeah. I think those are arguably the best 2D platformers ever. Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze, especially Tropical Freeze. Like every single level just has so much like depth and like detail in the environment. It feels like like in Galaxy, how it'd be like just a completely different like world almost for every level. That's what every single level in those games felt like to me.
That's how I felt about Astrobot, honestly. And then not me choking on Sony's
going back to Sony again, man. I've yet to play Astrobot. But
one game of the year.
Yeah, I heard it was great too, but I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so
yeah, I think you'd like it.
I hate
think
it
you'd like
because
it a
like
lot.
Yoshi's Island is like probably one of my favorite 2D Mario games. I've actually never really been too big of a Kirby person, but
Kirby Air Ride. I played the hell
I
out of
mean
that
like
growing up.
mainline Kirby.
Has Air Riders come out yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
It has.
yeah, Air Riders has been
When
out
did it come out? What,
like at least 6 months ago.
did it do well? Because I haven't heard anything
Money
about
wise,
it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I had not heard anything about it. It came out last year, November.
It's been out for a minute.
Oh, that I can't help but think that's not a good sign. But
I mean, it's Nintendo. I think it sells. Okay.
1.76 million units.
Yeah. See, like, I mean, that's probably not a lot.
And that was December. That was the month after it released.
Oh, then yeah, it's probably sold like 3 million by now.
probably more.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's Nintendo. They're the ultimate.
Speaking of
infinite money glitch.
Nintendo, again, the Switch 2 is outpacing the Switch 1.
But hold on, just like back to it though. Like, do you have that? Because I know you're not as big of a Nintendo fan. I know you are though. Like, do you kind of have that same like sentiment though? That like.
That they're not as difficult as they used to be, not as challenging.
To the point where it's almost like kind of ruining. Because like I have no desire to play a Yoshi game that isn't Yoshi's Island, because they all just seem like way too much of cakewalks. I know I've played some of the Kirby games on. I remember playing Epic Yarn. You couldn't die. Like, it's actually impossible to die. That just ruins it for me. I mean, it's just there's absolutely no reason to play it. I mean,
there's no challenge.
I play games on easy mode.
Yeah, see, I don't even mind that. It's just like they're just making it way too like new Pokemon games. Like, you can literally close your eyes and beat them. Like, you don't have to.
I did not know that. I've seen what they look like, and that's why I don't play.
They are RPGs that legitimately... See, I don't even necessarily mind the graphics. I mean, it's a disappointment, but that ain't the biggest drawback to me. The biggest drawback to me is that, like, any new Pokemon game, like, I'd say post-3DS, probably even 3DS, is like, you get EXP share across your entire party, so and just a ton of other stuff. So basically, like, you could just go through the whole game, just keep that one starter Pokemon in the front, just mash A the entire game.
No, I agree with what you were saying. I think, how do I say this?
I feel like they're just killing many amazing franchises.
I've had less of an interest in these franchises as the time has gone on. Like, I still love the classic. I still think they're endearing, but I think they've lost some of that spark that made them special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And some people say, like, oh, it's you just growing up. But I feel like it's not. I don't feel like it's...
Because we can still enjoy the same old one.
Yeah, I still love the old ones, but... yeah.
Back to you, Madison. Switch 2 is outpacing...
The Switch 2 is outpacing Switch 1 sales by 12% and is fully implementing a pricing difference between digital and physical.
Meaning physical is more expensive than digital?
And that the Switch 2, like, for how long it's been out, is doing better than the Switch 1 when it was out the same...
shit. Yay.
The same amount of time. I don't really mind the physical digital pricing difference. It kind of makes sense.
I think it's just because we see it in such an inflated form now.
I'm just always going to go physical if I can. So
yeah, I'm a big physical person.
Because I like that shit on my shelf. I like it looking pretty. And I can't do that with a digital game. So...
Yeah.
You could maybe buy like a piece of cardboard or something.
No, I don't want the cardboard record shelf. I want the real vinyls on the wall.
See, the problem is that the digital isn't going to be cheaper. It's just the physical is going to be more. It's kind of the...
So you get the standard price, and then you get the more expensive price.
They're just saying, no, we're not raising the prices of the game, just the physical version of the game.
That's so dumb to me, though.
In theory, I don't really mind it, I guess. But I just thought it was interesting because, like, I feel like the Switch 2 hasn't really... I feel like nobody's really talking about it. I feel like after
because Nintendo has such its own little niche, I feel like.
Well, but we're part of that niche, though. I mean, like... I'm part of that Nintendo niche, and I just feel like...
he lives with someone who got one day one.
So what I've noticed from it, all of these non-Nintendo games that people are playing on the Switch 2 ports, basically, technically, Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil 9, apparently they play...
Do you think that that's carrying
very
it
good
right
well.
now? Because, like, I know traditionally, like, nobody really buys... third party, or they don't buy the Nintendo consoles for the third party games.
I think it opens it up to a slightly larger audience now, where if somebody wanted to choose between Mario Odyssey and Resident Evil 9, they don't have to choose two consoles.
Yeah.
They get a Switch 2 and boom, and then they also have a mobile experience with it too.
Yeah. Even with my gripes with Nintendo, if I had to choose one console out of the three lineup, I would definitely choose the Switch 2, I think.
I definitely do like what they did with the Joy-Cons on this one, rather than being the slides. It's the magnetic clicks. Definitely way better.
It definitely seems like an upgrade. Hardware-wise is overall.
It made the Switch 1 look like a prototype.
I mean, yeah, honestly. Like, I've never been a fan.
It's much bigger too, right?
Yeah.
I've never really been a big fan of, like, ergonomically the Switch 1 hardware. Mm-hmm. The screen's pretty bad on it.
Yeah, I do see where you could say that it might be carrying it again. I'm trying to think if there's other examples.
And not necessarily carrying, but just more so like
Switch 2?
$450. I just know, like, I remember when the Switch 1 came out, I think they said that like 95% of like Switch 1 owners owned Breath of the Wild, which means that essentially Breath of the Wild just kind of sold the console, at least in its like inception. And I feel like traditionally with Nintendo, that's usually how it goes. You know, there's a first-party Nintendo game that people go and buy the console for, but maybe they finally kind of fixed that to where people aren't buying the Switch 2 specifically for a major Nintendo release, which I feel like they don't have yet for the Switch 2.
Well, I mean, they tried to make Mario Kart the release title,
but like, and it probably has sold amazingly well, but like. I feel like
it doesn't have the same like.
It doesn't have the Breath of the
appeal.
Wild effect, the Odyssey effect. Even like when Mario Kart 8 came out, I remember that was kind of a big deal for Wii U people. You know, I imagine a lot of people bought a Wii U for Mario Kart 8. But
I'm reading an article now that says Switch 2 price is going to have to go up eventually. Former sales lead says because of the RAM prices.
To be fair though, $450. Okay, I'm not talking.
I don't think $450 is bad.
It's a very competitive price compared to like modern
especially
consoles
for what
now.
it can do portably.
Yeah.
If it went up to $500, I wouldn't be mad, honestly.
Yeah. Which still, is it a lot of money? It's a lot of money. It's not a necessity, but it is,
but
a privilege.
None of this shit is,
Yeah, none of this is, to be fair.
I mean, with how much...
It's just where you want to put your money at.
With how much the other ones are, I mean, I can't really not
You want to talk about a crazy price? Let's talk about the Steam controller.
I'd buy it.
Really?
I'd buy it.
For
$100
$100?
I would buy it.
But like, why?
Okay,
Like,
okay. Here, I would. Okay,
Keep in mind, I'm
When
a
you could
Steam-
just get an Xbox or PlayStation controller, like
I would buy it. But here's my caveat. I own 2 of the modern Xbox controllers, an Xbox Elite controller, 2 PlayStation controllers. I would just sell off 2 of the Xbox controllers, and then I'd pay the difference of whatever else. I don't know how much I can get for the controllers. Would I buy it flat out? I probably still would. I
just don't see why though. Like, I mean, like, I'd just get a DualSense for $60. I just don't understand where the price difference is to like justify it.
I think I just like how niche the little the touchpads are.
See,
I don't
okay,
even like the touchpad.
I had the Steam Deck on release and I switched it to the OLED. I've never once in my life used those touchpads. Never once in my life have I used those touchpads.
But when you let me borrow it, dude, I used them pretty consistently.
That's crazy.
I went back.
I hate them.
I went
so
back
much.
and I played Prey on it, dude, and I just it was fun using it.
I can't fathom.
That's like using the gyro controls on your.
I use gyro
But
controls.
see, no, even that though, I use gyro controls sometimes.
I can't with the. I just.
It depends. Like if a game like utilizes it, like okay, then I'm fine with it.
I hated that stuff in Breath of the Wild.
But I've literally never touched.
I think that's where it was the best.
I hated it.
I don't mind it in Breath of the Wild. And it actually does like give a reason to use it.
Yeah.
But like literally, I've never
fine
touched
for
those
that
trackpads once on the Steam
I didn't
Deck.
even know what they were for. I was like, what are these little
I
squares?
to this day don't really know what they're for. I mean, in desktop mode, I don't use them. I've never played a game on the Steam Deck that I've been like, oh, let me use these.
I call that thing the Skyrim machine. So
I
that's all I play on
don't
it.
like. What are they? I don't get the appeal. Like
I think maybe I love. I can't even call it a niche. I just love the Steam platform, like what it's becoming. I love the idea of the Steam machine. I love the idea of the Steam frame.
oh, so you're just blindly glazing.
I think
He's like me with Sony.
You know what? I think I've come to the point where I tend to respect a product more if I like what the company itself is about. I like what Gabe Newell's about. I like what Steam is about for the most part. I like their business practices. I think they're very friendly to the consumers, the people that they, serve.
I feel like that's how CD Projekt Red got people on Cyberpunk.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got their good graces
that's
bit them
top
in
10
the
game
ass
for me.
But when it came out, it wasn't.
No,
Yeah,
hell no.
That's what I'm saying. That's how they got people on board when it came out. It's because
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Wow, CD Projekt Red is amazing." They made Witcher 3 DRM free and all this. We're gonna go buy Cyberpunk, and then it ended up being on release pretty dog shit.
I think if you release a good product, you'll get support.
Look, isn't the Switch 2 Pro controller like $80?
It's
I remember
something
I was
like
shitting
that.
on that price.
Yeah, you shit on it on here.
It's either $80 or $90, I'm pretty sure, and I think that's a little overpriced. I'm pretty sure you can get DualSense controllers for like $60.
Isn't
I think
there like
maybe
a
MSRP
specific
is $70.
Xbox controller that's like $300?
Yeah, they have the Elite controllers. I mean, dude, don't they still take batteries? Like, I feel like if you're using an Xbox controller in 2026, you're a loser.
No,
I'm gonna
my
hold on, real
Elite-
quick, because
Okay.
all these Xbox people are in the comments
Oh,
like defending
no.
Xbox, bro. Dog, your controller still takes AA batteries. Like, get with the times, dog. It is 2026.
It is kinda ridiculous.
You don't need to be buying AA batteries in 2026 for an Xbox controller, dog. Like, go buy DualSense. Go buy. Honestly, dude, like, I'd be down to get the Wii U Pro controller. That thing had an 80-hour battery life. It works on Bluetooth. I could use it on PC. I guarantee you can find one for like $20. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, it's a controller. There's nothing that we're really like evolving that much at the end of the day now.
And I feel like it doesn't even have anything to do with the button layout for me. Like, I feel like both Xbox and PlayStation are good, but the PlayStation controllers are significantly better for the price you're paying.
I agree.
They have the haptic feedback. They have the touchpad. They have.
And they're not charging you for it,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I've never used that screen, that little touchpad
The adaptive
thing on the
triggers, I didn't even
PS4
say
or the
that.
PS5 controller once. That thing on the front,
Yeah.
I've never used
They
that
use
once.
it for exclusive games. Like, it's actually there's a
Yeah,
use
yeah,
for
I
it.
know, but I'm saying
never
I've never used it, but they've also never charged me for it. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like Steam is charging people for stuff that I don't know, man. Do people use that? Like, do people on the Steam Deck actually use those? I know you do, but I'm saying like in general, like, is it a popular thing? I just can't fathom it being like a popular thing to use.
That's
I
gonna be
just
a
didn't
great
like the way it
short.
felt.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't like the way you had the scroll on them.
Well, okay, but I don't think it was a thing you were supposed to use like constantly. I think it was there for like.
So like, when have you used it? Like, name a use case.
So I used it for, like I said, when I was playing Prey, I used it for like fine movements. Like fine aiming.
Ain't that what the joystick's for?
Sure, but I don't know. There's something that felt good about using the trackpad. That maybe it's me. Back to the Steam controller though. I'm the kind of person who I want to automatically, if I see this, I associate it with this. I think what I want to be able to do is to see it and be able to associate it with my PC. When I see my PlayStation controllers, my DualSense controllers, I want to only associate them with my PlayStation. I don't want to associate with my PC.
That's the most autistic shit
I was
I've
about
ever
to say,
heard come out of your mouth. And I'm on the spectrum, guys. I'll bring my diagnosis.
My Xbox controllers, I associate them with my Ally. Does that make sense?
No, because you don't have the Xbox Ally.
Well, no, I have
You're
the
just
RG Ally.
presetting what these things go to. Like, there's nothing about the Xbox controller
Let's
that goes,
talk about the
oh,
price
this
of
is the
that
Ally.
thing.
What?
The Xbox Ally.
How much is that?
Nobody wants to talk about that.
It's like $700.
I thought it was more, honestly. I'm pretty sure it was more than $700.
That is insane.
The Xbox
and then
Ally X,
all the
I'm pretty
specs
sure.
for the next... Apparently, they are going to do another console. Xbox. But apparently, it's just going to be a PC. It's going to run Windows.
Which, okay, yeah, let me clarify. Whenever I said Xbox is a sinking ship and dead, what I meant was, okay, because we say this about Sega.
He's backtracking.
No, I'm not backtracking. In 2001, everybody was saying Sega's dead because they were exiting the console market because they could not compete with Sony, with Microsoft upcoming at the time, with GameCube. They backed out of the console market. Obviously, Sega, from then to this day, is still a probably top 10 publisher of games out right now, developer and publisher of games out right now. They're obviously not dead. They're far from dead, but we still kind of call it that. When I say that, I'm meaning Xbox as we know it as a console, because traditionally whenever you say Xbox, people think of the console, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One. I think having a solidified Xbox console device streamlined as a console to compete with the PlayStation, with the Nintendo releases, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to consolidate it, or not consolidate, but I guess more so expand it into a brand. Like, I think the Xbox brand is still going to exist. I think you're still going to see the Xbox brand. I just think it's going to be a lot more fluid as to, like, what that applies to, rather than, 2028, we have the PS6, and then we have the Xbox console entry, and then we have PC, and then we have Nintendo. I think they're going to hybridize it with other stuff, like how the Ally X is. So just to clarify, that's what I meant when I feel like saying Xbox is dead is kind of was a little inaccurate. So I guess I am backtracking a little bit, but that's what I meant. I don't foresee them being like a hard console competitor. And they're doing away with exclusives, aren't they? I mean, I'm pretty sure I read that in those same comments that there's not going to be any more.
Halo is finally coming over. We talked about that.
I thought somebody said Call of Duty was going to become a...
Yeah, is that even true? Like, somebody said that Call of Duty was going to become an Xbox exclusive because Xbox purchased Activision. I don't believe that to be true.
Bethesda
Maybe
originally said that Starfield was not coming to PlayStation. I'm playing it on PlayStation. Originally, I don't think that was even supposed to be timed.
I think it was just cope.
I think that... Because Microsoft owns Bethesda. So at launch, Starfield, a brand new Bethesda launch title, was exclusive to Xbox and PC, which was a big deal because I feel
which still isn't even exclusive though. I mean, like,
it's
that's still not even exclusive.
It's on PC.
Yeah.
So. But PlayStation has decided they're moving away from the PC market apparently, which is dumb as hell. They're not going to be releasing games on PC anymore because of the time it takes to port them over, and because they use.
Wait, so they've like officially announced that they're.
Apparently, it's all insider information. I don't think they've officially said, but they're
kind of sucks.
Death Stranding 2 was the last.
But between Xbox and Sony, or Microsoft and Sony, if somebody were to be able to pull it off, I at least think Sony would be able to
pull what off,
making their games exclusive.
Oh yeah, well I mean they've done it before. I mean I think exactly. It didn't even look like trying to like save grace whenever. God of War and Uncharted and them came to Steam. It was like, holy crap, that's awesome, With Xbox, I feel like it's, hey, let's find any pivot possible to make like any sort of profit with the Xbox brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's like, what exclusives? I mean, like, dude, Halo is dead. Like,
the Fable was supposed to be an exclusive.
I am interested in a new Fable.
It's going to be on PlayStation at launch too.
And
So,
PC, I assume.
yeah.
That's pretty dope. I am
I'm
really
very
excited
excited
about
for
new
Fable. Me too.
But I can't think of another Xbox exclusive I would care about, or that anybody would care about, honestly.
Their new CEO seems very focused on restoring it back to a gaming company and not a...
Media.
They lowered the Game Pass price.
Wow, the price actually got lowered, huh?
Yeah, she was like, this shit's too expensive.
And I'm pretty sure Game Pass is like pretty popular, so
It
I feel
is,
like that's not like a damage control decision.
I think that was just a smart move in general because PlayStation's Plus has gotten pretty hefty. I think there's 3 tiers to it. I'm on the 2nd tier, and it's like $14 a month.
Yeah, I'd rather just buy my games on Steam sale and just never play them.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing I saw about the Steam controller. So the first wave of pre-orders went out, and apparently they're already being scalped heavily for like eBay $300, and there's already been like a whole bunch of confirmed purchases at $200 already. So it's kind of crazy.
All for nothing.
I still buy. I want to experience it, dude.
Maybe I'm sleeping on it, but I don't know.
We'll find out.
I would just get a DualSense for $60.
Maybe I'll have buyer's remorse. Maybe I won't. Again, like I said, I'll just sell off 2 of my controllers and boom. I'll have almost.
At least it don't take double A's like the Xbox ones.
You're gonna get in trouble, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry if you're using an Xbox controller that takes AA batteries in 2026, then you need to grow up. Like, that's like wearing boxers, like boxers, like that you would wear as a kid. Like I feel like that's the equivalent. If you're an adult and still wearing those, that's like if you're a controller or you're an adult and still using a Xbox controller that takes AA.
I was looking into it and I was a little scared because I was looking up the Steam controller and it said it takes AA batteries. I'm like, what? And it was talking about the 2015 one that came out. I was like, oh no, he's really about to start flaming it.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else we want to?
I mean, no. I think we can end it here. Cool. We got to do the ad.
Yeah, I'll do that after.
Oh, okay.
That's separate.
I would love to film more little skits again, if you ever want to do that for the TikTok.
Again?
Well, I didn't get to do it, but...
Oh, he's talking about when I did it, I guess.
Like the skits where you...
with you and the green screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to do that too.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay, I was
back when you do the green screen thing. Yeah.
I'd
they're
be down
kind of hard. I like this because it's easier to kind of chop up. It just takes more time, but I'm not opposed.
It was weird being the only one in front of the camera.
For those, yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
close it up. You want to close it? You start it, you close it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought if I started, somebody else closed it.
See, we had to switch your camera halfway through, so you're going to start
Feels like a slow news month, guys, but we tried to expand it and find some topics that may have not been as gaming related, but
And if you're ever wanting to recapture the glory of retro gaming, don't forget to check out 8bitlegacy.com.
Look at that. That was the ad placement right there.